The road goes ever on and on. J.R.R. Tolkien. Roads were made for journeys, not destinations. Confucius. Always take the scenic route. Unknown. Wherever you go becomes a part of you somehow. Anita Desai. He who would travel happily must travel light. Antoine de Street. Exupery. Live life with no excuses, travel with no regret. Oscar Wilde. It's not the destination, it's the journey. Ralph Waldo Emerson. The road must eventually lead to the whole world. Jack Kerouac. Every exit is an entry somewhere else. Tom Stoppard. Look at life through the windshield, not the rear view mirror. Bird Baggett. There's nowhere to go but everywhere. Jack Kerouac. To move, to breathe, to fly, to float, to gain all while you give, to roam the roads of lands remote, to travel is to live. Hans Christian Andersen. I love road trips. You get into this zen rhythm, throw the sense of time out the window. Miriam Taves. Road trips are the equivalent of human wings. Ask me to go on one, anywhere. We'll stop in every small town and learn the history and stories, feel the ground and capture the spirit. Then we'll turn it into our own story that will live inside our history to carry with us, always. Because stories are more important than things. Victoria Erickson. That's what I love about road trips, dude. It's like doing something without actually doing anything. John Green. All it takes to make it to the end of the road are some good survival tips. Vivian Swift. The road goes on forever and the party never ends. Robert Earl Keen. All he needed was a wheel in his hand and 4 on the road. Jack Kerouac. Nothing behind me, everything ahead of me, as is ever so on the road. Jack Kerouac. Every journey is simultaneously a beginning and an ending. I was leaving my old life behind and starting on a road trip to find a new me. Debbie Tolbert Duggar. Life is beautiful if you are on the road to somewhere. Orhan Pamuk. I travel not to go anywhere but to go. I travel for travel's sake. The great affair is to move. Robert Louis Stevenson. Look for chances to take the less traveled roads. There are no wrong turns. Susan Magsamen. There is something about the momentum of travel that makes you want to just keep moving, to never stop. Bill Bryson. Road trips aren't measured by mile markers but by moments. Unknown. Well, everyone needs at least one long road trip in their lives. Adi Al-Said. Once a journey is designed, equipped, and put in process, a new factor enters and takes over. A trip, a safari, an exploration, is an entity, different from all other journeys. It has personality, temperament, individuality, uniqueness. A journey is a person in itself, no two are alike. And all plans, safeguards, policing, and coercion are fruitless. We find after years of struggle that we do not take a trip takes us. John Steinbeck. There was nowhere to go but everywhere, so just keep rolling under the stars. Jack Kerouac. Travel makes one modest. You see what a tiny place you occupy in the world. Gustave Flaubert. And that's why I have to go back to so many places there to find myself and constantly examine myself with no witness but the moon and then whistle with joy, ambling over rocks and clods of earth, with no task but to live, with no family but the road. Pablo Neruda. Still, round the corner, there may wait, a new road or a secret gate. J. R. R. Tolkien. The concept of time, as it's commonly understood by normal people with normal jobs and normal goddamn lives, doesn't exist on the road. The nights spread out like the dark, godforsaken highways that distinguish them, and the days run together like Thanksgiving dinner smothered in gravy. You never really know where you are or what time it is, and the outside world starts to fade away. It's cool. Tiffany DeBartolo. Let's go on a road trip and like it, not dread it. There are no barriers, there is no fear. Wayne W. Dyer. A long stretch of road will teach you more about yourself than 100 years of quiet. Patrick Rothfuss. What it takes to realize everything is fine around you. A road trip to the mountains where your soul dwells in the echoes of the winds that carry fragments of clouds with them. Careless Wave. Our battered suitcases were piled on the sidewalk again. We had longer ways to go. But no matter, the road is life. Jack Kerouac. Life is not always perfect like a road, it has many bends, ups and downs, but that's its beauty. Amit Ray. Life is not always perfect like a road, it has many bends, ups and downs, but that's its beauty. Amit Ray. I take to the open road. Healthy, free, the world before me. Walt Whitman. If the road is easy, you're likely going the wrong way. Terry Goodkind. If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Yogi Berra. The freedom of the open road is seductive, serendipitous and absolutely liberating. Aaron Lauritsen. Sometimes the most scenic roads in life are the detours you didn't mean to make. Angela N. Blunt. Travel isn't always pretty. It isn't always comfortable. Sometimes it hurts. It even breaks your heart. But that's okay. The journey changes you. It should change you. It leaves marks on your memory, on your consciousness, on your heart, and on your body. You take something with you. Hopefully, you leave something good behind. Anthony Bourdain. Give us the courage after our doubts, to be able to choose between one road and another. May our yes always be a yes and our no always be a no. Once we have chosen our road, may we never look back nor allow our soul to be eaten away by remorse. And in order for this to be possible, Paulo Coelho. The middle of the road is where the white line is, and that's the worst place to drive. Robert Frost. Failure is a bend in the road, not the end of the road. Learn from failure and keep moving forward. Roy T. Bennett. Straight roads do not make skillful drivers. Paulo Coelho. Do not follow where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Normality is a paved road. It's comfortable to walk but no flowers grow on it. Vincent van Gogh. I see my path but I don't know where it leads. Not knowing where I'm going is what inspires me to travel it. Rosalia de Castro. Each of us has the right and the responsibility to assess the roads which lie ahead, and those over which we have traveled, and if the future road looms ominous or unpromising, and the roads back uninviting, then we need to gather our resolve and, carrying only the necessary baggage, step off that road into another direction. If the new choice is also unpalatable, without embarrassment, we must be ready to change that as well. Maya Angelou. The road to success is always under construction. Lily Tomlin. A bend in the road is not the end of the road, unless you fail to make the turn. Helen Keller. There have to be a few holes in the road, it's how life is. Sarah Dessen. If you don't like the road you're walking, pave another one. Dolly Parton. Stop worrying about the potholes in the road and enjoy the journey. Babs Hoffman. If you make the mistake of looking back too much, you aren't focused enough on the road in front of you. Brad Paisley. I know there is no straight road. No straight road in this world. Only a giant labyrinth of intersecting crossroads. Federico Garcia Lorca. All you need is the plan, the roadmap and the courage to press on to your destination. Earl Nightingale. The hardest thing about the road not taken is that you never know where it might have led. Lisa Wingate. Our wretched species is so made that those who walk on the well-trodden path always throw stones at those who are showing a new road. Voltaire. The road less traveled is sometimes fraught with barricades, bumps and uncharted terrain. But it is on that road where your character's truly tested and have the courage to accept that you're not perfect. Nothing is and no one is, and that's okay. Katie Couric. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Robert Frost. Before him he saw two roads, both equally straight, but he did see two, and that terrified him, he who had never in his life known anything but one straight line. And, bitter anguish, these two roads were contradictory. Victor Hugo. There is strange comfort in knowing that no matter what happens today, the sun will rise again tomorrow. Aaron Lauritsen. Map out your future, but do it in pencil. The road ahead is as long as you make it. Make it worth the trip. Bon Jovi. A great accomplishment shouldn't be the end of the road, just the starting point for the next leap forward. Harvey Mackay. I haven't been everywhere, but it's on my list. Susan Sontag. The gladdest moment in human life, methinks, is a departure into unknown lands. Sir Richard Burton. The joy of life comes from our encounters with new experiences, and hence there is no greater joy than to have an endlessly changing horizon, for each day to have a new and different sun. John Krakauer. I guess the lesson is you can't go everywhere. You should still go everywhere you can. Charles Finch. The world is too big to stay in one place, and life is too short to do just one thing. Unknown. There's something about arriving in new cities, wandering empty streets with no destination. I will never lose the love for the arriving, but I'm born to leave. Charlotte Erickson. My favorite thing is to go where I've never been. Diane Arbus. Thank you for watching.